Standing by your side, with my heart and high drive. I'll do what it takes to make you believe. With my heart and high drive. We do what we want, but we're not free. With our hearts on hyperdrive. All around, awaken my
sure you unmute yourself.
I made sure that I unmuted myself.
There we go.
I am paranoid about that.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll go ahead and kill the music. As you briefly heard our discussion about me muting myself, which has happened twice now on Firefly. I don't know why I'm picking on that particular game. It just seems to happen that way. But, oh well.
Why are you self-censoring, Jerome?
You know, I don't know. I clearly don't know, you know. At least I
mean,
caught it in the very
game's not that
beginning.
bad.
But
It's actually really good.
no.
You should watch it.
What's that?
Not you.
Oh.
The lovely viewers.
Oh, yes.
All of you out there.
And a matter of fact, I don't remember the names offhand, but I've started to see some more Firefly Twitch or Firefly streams pop up.
Ooh.
So I checked out one last night, or not last night, but a couple nights ago, briefly. And there was another one that was playing a couple hours ago, earlier on today, and they posted up in a Serenity Firefly RPG group. So I was like, oh, okay, well, cool. Check it out. And that's a game I don't see enough of to gauge, like, you know, where's the difference? You know, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? You know, where's the comparisons and whatnot? You know, like with Vampire or especially D&D or even Pathfinder or whatnot. There's plenty, you know, I can find out there. Okay, so with that being said, this is our first game of the month of September, and all of September we are doing a fundraiser for Control Alt Delete. They are they're a charity that's been in existence now as of this month for a year, and they help rescue people out of abuse, primarily with immediate needs, such as like toiletries, quick fix repairs, maybe getting them out, like bus tickets or rides, or to a shelter, things like that. So they kind of help with that, like in the interim, in the very beginning, and get them to where they need to be, to get them out of the situation at hand. I personally have already signed up for their monthly donation. They did a challenge last month, and based on their calculations, for just under $13, it was like $12.95 or 98 cents or something like that. It was really close to 13. But basically, for $13, that helps them rescue one person out of an abusive situation. That's how much of it they've gotten down, kind of to a science of like toiletries and immediate need items that they're going to need right off the bat. So I signed up for that. That was their challenge, and so I've been I'm actually donating already that each month up until the end of this year, which I'll probably just keep going with it. But we've worked with them before. The person who founded or who helped found was a founder of this particular charity, also worked with Arizona's for Children, and so we've worked with her before, locally doing that as well. So I figured might as well. She's been really promoting, trying to get the word out there and establish this new charity, and I threw the link out there to Streamlabs charity to her as a means to help fundraise. And the nice thing about Streamlabs charity is they don't take anything off the top. The only thing that they do comes from PayPal. So PayPal has obviously transaction charges, which if you've used PayPal before, you've run into. Other charity services have their own, I don't know if you'd call it a surtax, but it's like a processing fee for it, that they kind of take off the top to cover their costs. Streamlabs charity does none of that. It's everything that you fundraise minus whatever PayPal takes off for transaction. That just goes straight to the charity. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought this would be a good way to try and promote a good charity. And it was also kind of fun because you'll notice we have a new graphic on the screen, which was new for me. So it was fun setting up the donation tracker that's currently on the screen, as well as a new web alert that will pop up should anybody end up donating, which I'm going to go ahead and donate again here at some point during game. If for no other reason, because I want to see the graphic pop up there. I think it looks really cool. I'm kind of selfish like that, and it's for a good cause, so I'm willing to throw some money at that. So as we were talking off stream during the setup, we were doing a little bit of a recap. So last game was more social. Everybody was getting caught back up. We found out that Sophie got married in private rather quickly. She came back and then got married in a shotgun wedding, and then dropped a little hint like as soon as she became available, like, "Hey guys, I kind of got married. Oh, and I'm back." There has been some information leaked from some anonymous source that one of their allies had been keeping tabs on some of their friends and quite possibly them. Bum bum bum. So they tried to reach out to him and no luck. Samuel was his name, I think. Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I get, for some reason, even though they're completely different, I get George's characters' names mixed up.
That's weird.
I don't know. I don't get his name mixed up, but I do get his character's name mixed up. Oh well.
Wait, so Samuel's been watching us? That's George's character?
Yes, that was George's other character.
Okay.
Well, all we know is that he was communicating with Iris, who, if you remember, was one of the Toreador in Portland, who, out of character, because Sophie doesn't know this, outed Eamon as Prince, and then basically tried to kill him. And then the Sabbat moved in and took out most of Portland. So, but Sophie doesn't know that. Sophie's been busy with other things. But the intel that we got was just text messages between Samuel and Iris about Eamon's movements, and so we suspect that's a word. We suspect that there was more to it that we need to ask him.
We strongly suspect.
As long as you don't go torturing people at my wedding reception, you can do whatever you want to him.
We'll take him off site.
We were going to go in the back room, not in the reception area.
All right.
We'll
Yeah,
just go
to
next
be fair, they were going to try and do the whole, like, "Hey, come over here, man." Sort of, side crowd thing, but he didn't show. He didn't respond.
We were all set. My bag of goodies was ready to go.
I still look forward
There
to
it is. My donation.
Oh, that's really cool.
That is cool.
Ooh.
I know.
Do I
fancy,
have
huh?
to wait? Oh, that means Hesperia is going to send you a DM now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's something. Yeah, something she mentioned in the chat. So Hesperia, if you want, so long as you put your name and like identifier or something in the chat, we'll send you a direct message.
Not promising that it's going to be dirty, but I know my audience.
Yeah.
So no matter who you are, you'll be pleased.
There you go.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh, it's funny.
What was that?
A little bit of French.
Oh, okay. So
Using Google Translate.
Oh, gotcha.
So no copyright issue.
Oh. So at this point, I don't think we need to play out the rest of the reception unless there was something else planned. I think it was just schmoozing at that point, if I recall. Okay.
I'll make sure to thank Vinny. He played a special part.
Okay. Oh,
Just
true.
for the record.
Sure. Duly noted. Did anybody have anything else that they wanted to do for this night? or are we okay to fast forward from that to the next night?
I don't have to role
I
play.
wanted.
Go ahead,
Go
Rachel.
ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna do some more downtime style stuff, basically talking to my ghoul about the gang about the drug trafficking, if they've noticed anything, any particular, I don't know, trends or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I want to meet as many people as possible at this party because I want to kind of ingratiate myself within Portland here. So there's a lot of people here, and I've spent a lot of time. Henri spent a lot of time by himself,
Mm-hmm.
so he wants to meet people at this point.
Sure. Okay. Well, you've definitely met everybody that is there, which was the bulk of the Giovanni. And as you recall, the Glasswalkers showed up. They made a visit and they presented a special gift to Sophie, which that's up to her to reveal at a later time if she would like. Was it Jewel showed up and asked to be let into the domain. Not that she really needed to, but it was more of a like an official, like, you know, I'm out of Portland at this point because there's nothing left. And she was, you know, had an actual scar on her as well to show that, you know, she had to fight her way out. And I believe outside of that and the and I believe outside of that, it was just the band Paladin. So there were quite a few people there.
Cool.
Oh, and obviously Doug was there too.
How did Doug take it?
Yeah.
Doug was actually very composed for the reception. He seemed pretty relaxed and comfortable at that point. A little leery, obviously, of like the werewolves and whatnot that were there, because most people, you know, are. But otherwise, I mean, he pretty much knew everybody else, even if it was just, you know, just a little bit. Oh, it's kind of funny. Rachel's camera is just out of focus enough that it looks like one of those old school Polaroid pictures.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Stop focusing, huh?
Well, no, because you lean back a little bit, so it stepped out of focus just a little bit, and it looked like one of those Polaroids, like somebody just caught you, like in mid action, and like, oh, hey, here, look, you know, and so it didn't have the greatest quality to it. That's what it kind of reminded me of.
It doesn't want to focus for some reason, so I'm not sure.
That's okay.
There we go. No.
It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. I just made the it just made the visual for me. It was no big. So, outside of that, then the next night, Rachel, you would have heard back from your ghoul. Uno Momento 4 flavors. Somebody chimed. Hopefully that wasn't me.
No, that was mine. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Because last time when that happened, not that I'm using it anymore, I have a direct connection, but when that happened before, it was like that was my internet connection dropping. I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
Where did I put his here?
Hey, Woodward.
What's that?
Andre Woodward. It's the name of my
There he
gang
is.
leader.
Okay.
Cool.
I put them all the way down, further down on the page. I don't know why I did that outside of the paragraph. Okay, so anyway. But Andre would have gotten back to you and let you know. He can confirm that there have been upticks in the sale of illicit narcotics. And obviously the Southside Souls, they don't really traffic in that sort of thing. That's not their bag. Now, I mean, they're not the most clean people either. So he's had some people that are struggling with addiction in the gang, and does let you know that that the brand of, in this case, the cocaine actually coming in from what he can tell and from rumors he's heard is pretty pure. It's like pretty top notch, and he doesn't understand why such a skid mark as Medford would have something so high quality.
I would Medford.
Yeah,
Medford, small town in Oregon.
yeah. It's a at this point, not in real life. It's a separate town, but in game purposes, because Ashland is much bigger, it's been beefed up. It's actually almost a suburb at this point. It's just down the freeway a little bit.
Medford is where we had the Sabat
Yes,
sting,
the Sabat had been there.
but now that the Sabat died in that attack, it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
I
Does he
remember-
know? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I remember Medford was at least in the game
Mhm.
was well known for like the drug trade.
Yes, its nickname was Methford.
Verge.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law is from there, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's really actually like that in real life.
I actually think it is. Not to the extent that obviously I'm playing it up, but I do believe it does have that actual nickname.
That's
Wow.
unfortunate.
That's sad. Yeah.
Well, I did quite a bit of
okay, so-
research for the area.
Would he or can, I mean, basically see if he can find out from those in his group that are using and getting the cocaine who their supplier is? Like a name or a number or something that they can pass along to me?
Okay, he gets back to you via text and lets you know he'll try and figure out what he can. He has to be discreet because
Yes.
he doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't want to tip his hand at this point, especially considering the if the rumors are true, it sounds like the other gang that had been located in that area is back on the rise. The Bulldogs. And he doesn't want to do anything to inadvertently rile them up, especially with the police not being quite as responsive anymore in Ashland for some reason.
Okay. Understandable. Yeah. Keep a low profile. Obviously don't get yourself caught. Okay. All right. So then that's all I really wanted to see. Kind of keep him on alert.
Okay. All right. So then, before we go any further, I know I'm kind of interrupting game. We need to do XP. So, since it is Rachel's birthday this month, not only are we getting birthday XP, but we're getting monthly XP. Rachel, would you like to roll it?
Sure. It's a D4.
A D4 and a D6. Both of them +1.
Oh, D6.
No whammies, no whammies, no
That's
whammies.
good.
Stop.
2 + 1, 3 on the 4, and then 3 on the 6 dice. So 4 plus
So
3,
7.
so 7.
All right, so 7 XP. There you guys go. And happy birthday, Rachel.
Gracias.
I know you just turned 25. So
Several anniversaries ago.
yeah.
I did too. My 25th is coming up here pretty soon too. Again.
I don't want to go back to 25. I'm happy being almost 52.
So the a new night is finally rolling around. So at this point, we can assume, thanks to the party, everybody's starting off at full blood. Now, since this is a new month and a whole new situation, so we need to take off the appropriate blood for waking up, which is one. One per feeding restriction. Yeah, if you have any, and then one per ghoul.
And then one per goal is per month, correct?
Yes.
And so since it's the start of the month, we should be taking it off.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm maxed out on my ghouls, y'all. I can't do any more.
So for Rachel,
Man,
she has almost half her blood just kind of siphoned away at the beginning.
I need to space out these ghouls.
I still got 10 left. But I will need to feed. Restaurant for that.
What's that?
Said I could just go to the restaurant.
You could. They also, if anybody has a herd, that's another way to regain points quickly.
Do we have to announce that or like play it out or anything?
No.
Or can it just be assumed?
If you were telling me you're using a herd, we don't have to play it out. You're just, replace the appropriate blood at that point.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my herd.
Okay. Will they herd you and respond?
They better.
But
I'm gonna use mine as well.
okay. That is what it's there for.
Should probably get a herd, huh?
Yeah, me too. I've been making books.
I mean, technically,
Rachel.
couldn't Anzios be my herd?
You can, but that would detract from the blood available to the city.
That's true.
Which is fine. I mean, you're personally investing in it, so it would make sense if you took a little out for yourself.
Well, it'd only be like 2 or 3 points, not
Right.
like I'm taking all of it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not like you're trying to, hog up half the blood flow.
No. Right. So I'll just if they have like 3 points of blood that I can get from there, then that should fill me up
Sure.
for the month.
So then go ahead and
For the
write
night, at
down that you
least.
have a herd of 1 on your character sheet, and in essence, it's Anzio's special stash, the non-allergen,
Gluten-free.
gluten-free.
Nice.
Cool beans.
How does the song go? Riboflavin flavored. I can never say that word.
What song is that?
It's the Halloween. It's the song about blood. I will find it and I'll
Okay.
send it to you guys. It's a Halloween classic.
Okay. P.S. I need to go get that whatever candle, the like vampire blood candle. I can't remember if it's at like Bed Bath and Beyond or if it's at like Hot Topic.
I
I'm
think.
pretty
all those ads.
Yeah, I think that
pretty
was
sure
Bed Bath and Beyond.
We should go.
Yeah. Buy some vampire blood candles.
I need some Halloween candles.
I don't ever use candles, but I like to have them.
They are good for decor. Whoops! I decided to donate again.
Wow.
You're gonna nickel and dime us up to our goal.
No, I'm not gonna do it all. But I was meaning to do 15, and I realized I did 5 the first time. I was like, oh, just put another 10. Shameless excuse to see the little graphic again. So, alrighty. So with the new night now, everybody has risen. So Hesperry, did you have any plans for a meeting tonight? Was there anything you needed to coordinate or wanted to gather everybody for? I mean, there's still some obviously pending issues floating around nobody's had a chance to look into yet.
Yeah, I mean, Hesperia is pretty irritated still, but yeah, I think it's a good idea that I'm gonna call everybody together and say, hey, let's see what is on the table and how we're gonna go forward. And I'm gonna text everyone, but I'm gonna include in the text, Sophie, you can leave Colin. Or you can let Colin rest.
Well, aren't we meeting at Sophie's place though, or?
Yeah, I'm still gonna text her. I'm not going upstairs.
Jerome, is Remus still chilling with me? Is he just gonna? I'm just gonna leave him at the house.
Yeah. He kind of has made himself at home at the tree that's in your lawn.
Cool.
So he tends to slumber and earth meld somewhere right around that area.
Well, I'm gonna leave Robert with Remus if he needs anything.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drive myself to the house then.
All right. That will do.
Oh, and I'm gonna text. I'm on the way.
Okay. So really, that means the only person who's on their way is you.
Yeah.
Everybody else is there right now.
Yeah.
So I would assume at this point, Hesperia has probably claimed a spot on the couch somewhere in the living room, waiting for Todd's character to show up.
Yep, I got my shoes on the couch.
She's pulling a Rick James.
Well, I mean, it's not the worst that couch
I don't
is
know, a
sitting.
table or something with full of water.
What's that? You kind of broke up there, Rachel.
Sorry, I was just saying that Damaris is
You
basically
broke
pulling
up
out a
again.
bowl with a bottle of water and just getting ready.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That'll work. They definitely have them on hand.
You guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah, there's
In and out.
there's a little bit of a lag.
Sorry, you guys keep saying I break up.
Yeah, there's a little. I think what it is there's a little bit of a lag for you.
Yeah. So we see your mouth moving, and then we have to
Yeah.
wait a couple seconds, and then we hear what you said.
Yeah.
That's why we were alarmed.
So we're down the canyon a little bit. We're catching the echo. So you've already seen the house, obviously, at this point. Warm lighting is on. Colin is nowhere to be found. He's incommunicado at this point.
Out.
No, he's not out. He's there. He's just not being sociable.
Oh, okay.
Where's the best place to put the picture that of the face that I want to show everybody? Where's the best place to put that?
What do you mean?
Well, I've Robert has been watching a TV show, and so he introduced it to me, and so like I'm on to mimic that face.
Oh, okay. Just
So-
put it up in the Facebook chat.
Okay.
Oh, also, I should mute Facebook.
We'll pull that up just in case. There we go. All right, so everybody else is there. It's Sophie, Hesperia, Damaris, and what the hell am I forgetting your character's name?
Henri.
Henri, there we go. Henri,
Henri.
basically.
Yes.
So Graham Norton, huh? All right.
That's a good show.
I love
That's a
Graham.
great
It
show.
actually is, yeah.
So Robert's trying to get me caught up with current things. So he's showing me clips from the Graham Norton show, saying
Okay.
this guy is from this show and this guy is from there. And so I'm thinking Henri likes it, and so he's going to try to imitate him. So what am I rolling for that? For the outcome?
got a donation from Damaris. $5.
Hey,
Every little bit counts. Thank you. So you were saying, Todd? I'm sorry.
What do I have to roll to see how close I get to it? I'm using obfuscate.
Let's go. Let's go. Since it's not, you're not trying to do it on the fly. Let's go perception, and let's just keep it perception and alertness.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because I'm presuming you've got like the phone or a picture up in front of you, and you're trying to mimic that.
Oh yeah. Like he showed it to me, and I'm like, all right, I like this guy.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Yes.
Okay, 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you for the picture that you're using, you get a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I just looked it up. Mask of 1,000 Faces is manipulation and performance. Should I roll that instead?
No, we're fine.
Okay, cool.
We can do that again some other time.
Okay, next time. I'm like, cool. I'm wearing my same suit, the plague, but not the mask. So when I come up, whoever's gonna answer the door, they should recognize the suit.
Well, it is your house, Sophie. Are you the one answering the door?
Yeah, I'll answer the door.
you can't look at my shoes on your couch any longer, Sophie.
I know you're trying to bait me, Hesperia.
As I use my cane and knock on the door, you answer. I'm like, oh, enchanté. So it's you must forgive me. I have a new the face is new. Sophie, correct?
So-
Yes.
You would
Henri,
know.
right?
You would know exactly who it is standing in front of you. It's Graham Norton, dressed like he was from Victorian age, speaking in a French accent for some reason.
Yeah, but he has the same voice, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to mimic the voice at all. So I'm like, so it's
And, you look nice tonight.
oh, you've been introduced to this Graham character. He is very funny. Have you heard of him?
I've seen some of his show. Yes, he's quite funny.
So if I wore this face, I would not get us in trouble. Like it's not a face that is like recognizable everywhere I would go.
It's, I mean, not everyone, but it would definitely cause a stir for anyone who did recognize him.
All right. Well, I would go back to my other face if need be, but I just want to practice with this face this evening.
Sure, of course, there's value in practice. Come on in.
All right. So I walk in and I see Hesperia's like on the couch. Where's Rachel at?
Hesperia's got her bowl of water at this point.
Okay. So I'm like, ladies, it's so good to see you. Lady Hesperia, or Baroness. Thank you for inviting us this evening and including me as part of this tete-a-tete.
I'm gonna shoot finger guns at you, and then I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm gonna look at my fingers like, what the hell are we doing? So I'll turn back to Sophie. I'm like, what does this mean?
She's just greeting you.
Oh, okay. Damaris, it's nice to see you too.
Oh, now I flat can't hear
you
it.
at all. What did you do?
Did you mute Facebook on your computer? Because I find that if I do that, like if I mute a tab or something, it will knock out my microphone.
We don't hear Rachel at all.
Yeah, no.
Days.
Might need to do the unplug and plug. No.
Mm.
Nope.
We hear nothing. The sound of silence.
No, we can't hear anything. You may need to go into your settings on Discord and check to see if it needs to be the microphone be reset
Oh,
or restart.
Or log out and log back in again.
or log out and log back in.
Oh, that reset.
Oh,
all
she
your-
went into a Firefly chat.
oh, whoops.
Oh.
What I did last time was I toggled the microphone to, like, I toggled the input and output devices,
Yeah.
and it came back.
Should I jump to Firefly and let her know what she did? Oh, she's out of Firefly.
Yeah, I think she just clicked on the wrong thing by mistake.
So she's very engaged in the bowl then.
Yeah, yes. She's staring intently, preparing. Dun dun dun.
Hello.
Hey.
Me now.
Now we can hear her.
Yay. Great
Yay.
success.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
This thing is just so freaking laggy.
It may be because you're also watching the stream. So if,
Yeah,
so if
just
you, so
because
if you,
we.
no, I know. So you may want to just tune out of that for right now because it's going to be taking up too much of your bandwidth.
All right. I mean, we'll, I guess, keep going. I don't know what's gonna happen. So.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so so you, I think, missed, or you may have heard, and we didn't hear a response that Henri gave you the finger blasting,
Oh, yeah.
the guns, and said hello to Damaris.
Bonjour.
And I asked, what's wrong with your face? Why do you look like this British person I've seen on TV?
This is Graham Norton. Robert was showing him to me last night before I went to repose. He is very funny. I like him a lot. So I was just practicing. I can change again.
Oh, well, I mean, just saying, I mean, he's like pretty famous, so you might draw attention to yourself outside. Unless you're into that. I mean,
No. This is just, I guess, for the ladies here. So
oh,
I was just trying to
okay.
do something new.
Well, welcome again, I guess.
Thank you. So, is this how you're supposed to sit on the couch with our feet propped up? Is this what I'm supposed to do as well? I don't know the custom within this household.
Feet on the floor is preferable.
Oh, that's what I was raised as well, so I was not sure. So I shall do that. So I'll take a seat.
And just with that, like between their exchange, she's gonna look at them and then she's gonna take her leg because she's kind of sitting on the back of the couch, and then she's gonna put her foot like even closer and just be like man spreading across a large space as possible.
I mean, it's not the most excitement that couch has seen, so that's fine.
Sophie, we're gonna talk about this later.
I'd like to talk about this as well. My excitement a couch has had. This will be a very nice conversation to be a part of.
I requested everybody to come together. We need to determine our priorities now that Sophie is back.
Yeah, what happened while I was gone?
I mean, which part?
Quite a bit.
I guess if you want to know what happened to me, I can talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty interested in where you went to go find Colin and why he looks like he works for Sun-Made Raisins.
He does look pretty terrible, doesn't he?
Hmm.
I mean, but he's much improved. And he's bouncing back much faster than I expected.
I would be
So-
very interested in seeing Colin's skin texture, but that's I don't know at a later time, I suppose. But
Well, he's not parting with his skin anytime soon.
no, I just to see it go from the leathery aspect back to fleshy would be very interesting. I'm used to going the other way.
I'm sure you'll be able to see the progression as he continues to revive.
This would pique my interest very much.
So you remember I went to Las Vegas and spoke with some Giovanni there. We discussed a particular ability that they apparently have to cross into the ghost world, which is called the Shadowlands. And with Quan's help, I went there, which is here, just like a different plane, and talked to a bunch of people and tried not to make a mess. And actually, Vinny was able to help me out, figure out where Colin was being held. Last, you guys remember, he basically exorcised that mental hospital from all the spirits, the angry spirits that were there, all the I forgot what they're called, not just wraiths.
This is new information for me, but are they?
I don't know. You gave me that look. It kind of intimidated me.
Anyway, so he stepped through with magic, and then that created quite a stir on their side, and so he was basically arrested and held captive. They don't like people from our side on their side, and so it was basically, even though what he did was technically a benefit for them, but since he was not supposed to be there, he was arrested and found out. Vinny helped me find out where he was being held, and then I had to kind of break in and get him out. And questions?
Yes. So, being that you broke in, Sophie, is anything going to be chasing you or chasing Colin or looking for you or looking to bring Colin back across? I mean, this is more than state lines.
Not that I'm aware of. Although we did manage to avoid the authorities there. Nobody really saw me leave, as far as like we took kind of a secret passage back to the Cedar House. So hopefully nobody really saw us. Most of the people there are just people living out their lives or their non-lives.
Unlike
So when you say the authorities, it's they're like poltergeist policemen. It's just
They're called the Legion, although the people that had captured Colin were actually a guild, and they were going to turn him over to the Legion. And everybody was really concerned about dealing with me or us because they didn't want the Legionnaires coming to deal with them. Apparently nobody wants to deal with them. And so I never saw them. I don't know what they're like except scary and powerful. So I don't know about that.
So I would just like to throw out, I have no interest whatsoever of going to this other side. I have killed many in my lifespan or unlifespan. I do not want to go over to the other side to have these beings like, hello, nice to see you, and they want to rip me apart and all that. So I said, I just want to, Hesperia. I'm not sure what we have planned for this evening, but that I would not want to do.
I don't relish the idea of going back there myself either. It's a terrible place.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Henri. I do not want to go there. I'm just verifying that we're not going to have to deal with them coming here.
I don't know how easily they are able to cross over onto this side. Apparently, it's sort of an unusual ability. Vinny obviously can do it, but I don't know. I think not many really can, is what it sounds like. They mostly try to stay there.
I've been to the haunted as a monastery before, and I've been to a haunted hospital, and so there were many there. But it does not seem that they're just like wandering the streets per se. So but this Vinny, he was at the your reception. That's like correct. He was the Italian one with the loud mouth, right? He was just we could.
That's him.
Okay, yeah, I remember meeting Vinny. Yes.
Yep. He's a lot shorter than I expected.
Oh, okay. I only go from the voice. I would expect a very big man, because he has a big voice. So he spoke to the two youths in the. He used "fuck" a lot when he would speak. Yeah, it's just.
So, about Colin, he can't die, but he was because of magic. But he was there for several weeks, and there's nothing resembling food for him or me that exists over there, and so basically he wasted away into skin and bones and just couldn't die. And
So a basic rule I have learned is you chop the head off and set it on fire to ashes, and it's dead. So with Colin, this would not work. Chopping the head off and
let's not try that.
No, he is your husband. I am not going to try. But when you say cannot die, that's just very interesting.
Nothing that we have encountered yet has managed to kill him, for which I am obviously very grateful. And again, I'd rather not chance it.
Well, no, if we find someone that is the evil version of Colin, we will experiment on this new version. But no, we will not experiment on your husband. That would be bad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh.
So that's why he looks the way that he does. So he's slowly getting back to normal.
That's good to hear. I mean, I'm still really wary about this, you stealing him back. But if it's whatever makes you happy, Sophie, I mean, it's fine.
I don't want to have to keep dropping Vinny's name around, but he's really our only contact with this world. So, like, next time you see him, you might ask him if there were repercussions over there from us running through. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him about it. So that may be something that we want to ask.
But if we were like at the reception last night, if they were there, if something was chasing you from the other world, Vinny would have said, "Who the hell are these guys?" You know, so he would have seen at least what was nearby. So I would not assume that there's something nearby that's chasing you, because Vinny would have.
I guess we'll know sooner or later.
I mean, that's the truth. I guess we will find out sooner or later. But what do we need to do? What business do we have to attend to immediately? What's Samuel? Is this worth pursuing?
Is Iris still an issue? What happened to her? Is she still around? Is she causing what is happening in Portland? Why is I mean, I spoke to Kyrene the other night, and she just said that she was here helping out with Adam. Do we know? Is that why she came down here?
I mean, yeah,
Back to Portland?
yeah. About Portland. Portland. A lot of people died. A lot of things happened. So yeah, it's just not a.
So who's in charge now?
Out of character, it's the Sabat, correct?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna have to kick them out in a second.
And it's not Iris.
That depends on what information you guys actually have in character. I know there's some people that do have the answers. I just don't know which one of you actually has that.
I don't know if I wrote it down.
Should
'Cause
we?
It's entirely possible some of you may have forgotten.
Should we call Kyrene and ask her to give us an update? Is there anyone else that can give us an update? Did I know Jewel?
Yeah, is Jewel still hanging out?
She's in town, yeah.
Because I
And
thought
she's
she
not
came back
here,
to
but-
Sophie's with me. Oh,
Yeah, she's not here, but she's in town.
okay. Either who are you more comfortable with?
Me?
Yeah, this is your house.
Well, I don't know how Kyrene would feel about coming here. Considering she's Colin's ex and we just got married and I didn't tell her.
I mean,
I'm pretty
no.
sure she doesn't care.
She'll know sooner or later, I suppose.
She's not going to care.
All right, let's. I'm gonna go ahead and give. I'm gonna send Kyrene a text and say, "Hey, would you be able to stop by Sophie's at some point today, just so we can catch up?"
Okay, she sends a text back and she says, yeah, I can be there in like 15 or 20.
And I'm just gonna say thanks, XOXO. Wink.
XOXO.
So I reached out to my ghoul about see if he's heard anything in the circle of drug trafficking, and they don't really like stick their nose in that kind of thing. However, they do have a couple of members in their group that unfortunately do use drugs as well. But what they did notice essentially was that there definitely has been an uptick, and that group, the Bulldogs, seem to be reinforcing themselves. And that basically the quality of the drugs there are basically top-notch quality, and that kind of begs the question that normally Medford isn't a place that gets the quality. They usually get the the shit end of the stick on that, but apparently they're getting like pure cocaine and all that kind of stuff, which is unusual. So it's definitely coming from somewhere, but he's gonna keep his ear to the ground, so to speak, and see if he can find maybe one of their suppliers or contact, but he's got to be careful. I was thinking that maybe we could pool our police influence and maybe try to see if we can pursue that route as well to look into the drug problem.
That's not a bad idea.
We've
Oh,
got
I
a.
mean,
How long has this drug problem been happening?
gosh, I don't know the time frame off the top of my head, to be honest.
If you had to guess, it's within the past month and a half.
Yeah, that.
It's recent after the major throwdown.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not good.
No, like we knew that there would be some drug trafficking, but apparently it's just become not unmanageable, but bigger than what we probably should have it be for this area.
Do we know what parts of town are being affected?
I mean,
You can have that looked
Medford
into
in general.
on an out of character level. You can have that look into if you have like street contacts or whatnot, like Rachel's contacts with the gang. But as of right now, nobody's dug into it that much.
But this is in Ashland, right? Or is it in Medford?
It's in Ashland.
It wasn't anything that really happened in Medford kind of trickled down to us as far as the drugs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, it's coming from Medford, but it's trickling into Ashland. So I feel like we need to nip it at the source. I think that source is Medford.
That's really unusual that they're getting high quality.
Drugs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not a thing that happens as far as, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
really experienced in that sort of thing.
There has to be something
Medford
else going on.
doesn't get good stuff. That's why they're called Medford.
Is it maybe a dealer that doesn't understand that that's not how you do business?
Maybe he's trying to the quality of the business in the area. I don't know. Like maybe they're using it as a front for something else. I don't know.
Okay. What else? What
I
else is
don't know
going
much
on?
more.
This is out of character. This is like knowledge that Henry doesn't know anything about drugs and stuff like that. So I got my cane sword out and I'm just sharpening the sword. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm trying to pay attention, but this is alien to me. So
Sure.
I'm like, I might be like, but I have no idea because he has stayed away from drugs and this is foreign to him.
I mean, he knows of drugs, right?
Oh yeah, he stays the hell away from drugs, but like this whole concept of like good drugs and bad drugs and you're talking about cities that he doesn't know anything about. So he's feigning interest, just waiting for being told what to do. So it's like so he
just wants
slips
to be
into
directed.
sharpening my weapon basically. So it's like he's just sharpening his sword basically.
Fair enough. And then there's a knock at the door.
I'll go get the door.
Okay.
I'll put my sword away.
So Kyrene is standing there. She's just in jeans and a t-shirt and has got kind of a denim coat on right now.
I'm gonna give her a hug,
Oh,
or attempt to give her a hug.
okay. She returns the hug and she's like, I did. You got back? Where were you? I thought you like ran
They
away
got
or
married. Chimes in for the back.
something. And she did a double take when she heard that. She's like, wait, what?
So, come in.
So she's like
Make yourself at home.
looking around and she's like, hey, does Colin know?
I sure hope so. That's who she married.
And so she's like, what?
So, I got Colin back, and we decided to get married.
And so she's just kind of like looking, and her mouth is kind of open and just looking around and like looking to Hesperia for a clue at this point because that's who told her to drop by. And then she
Why?
I'm just having a forced smile, like,
So she's
okay, was that what I was needed for?
No.
I'm gonna stand up and walk over to her. I haven't met her yet, have I?
I think you may have in like passing at best. She hasn't really been around a whole lot.
I'm just gonna stand up, walk over to her and introduce myself. I'm like, Enchanté, I am Henri. It's nice to meet you. And so like I'm gonna like if I can grab her hand and kiss the back of her hand.
Okay, I mean, she's still kind of stunned at all the news, so you just do it. And she's like, hi, Kyrene. I'm sorry. You found him and got married, and
Reader's Digest version.
Come in and sit down. Get the comfortable. It's you do not have to have then shut the door, Sophie. You don't let just have this conversation like this. So
Of course.
So she just kind of walks in and takes a seat in a chair, in the living room.
So in short, Colin did some crap self-sacrificing spell and ended up in the Shadowlands, and I went and sprung him, and he is currently recovering. He's resting. I can go get him if you'd like. I'm sure you'd like to see him. It's been a while.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
He's still looking pretty rough, but that's not why I called you, or why we called you.
Okay. But she just like tries to recompose herself. All right, so is it worse than this? Or okay, is it greater in magnitude than this?
That's actually what we wanted to ask you.
Oh. Okay.
I'm wondering if you've heard anything from Portland, basically.
Oh.
If you've heard anything
Oh,
recently.
Well, when Eamon was killed, that was pretty much the last tie that I really had to the city.
Eamon's dead?
Yeah, Eamon.
No, didn't you say something about a car accident the other night?
Yeah.
What do you know? Do we know what happened?
It was apparently something that Iris had up her sleeves just before she died.
Oh, so Iris is gone too.
Okay, so Portland went to hell in a handbasket really quick. We found out that they had a spy here of some kind that was leaking information on Ashland to Iris and her cronies. And we managed to deduce with relative certainty that the reason why things went bad here in Ashland was to tie you up to keep you from acting to help Eamon, because around the same time, her little minions managed to track him down. We all managed to fight it off because we weren't centralized at that point, so it made it very hard to respond directly to what was going on. And around that same time, since no one had or had the capability of dealing with whatever infernal problem that was in the city, basically there was a repeat of what happened, a couple of years ago. The whole city went into a writhing mass of like riots and chaos, and I believe some of which was orchestrated by Iris and her group to try and track down and take out Eamon and what few supporters he had left. But then we received word that the Sabbat were coming, and we had enough of a warning that we were able to vacate the city when they came rolling in. And they were, I think, I wasn't trying to scry to figure it out, but I think they were at least 3 or 4 packs deep.
Is this a bot?
Yes, the Sabbat.
Yeah.
Are they
packs work in
still there?
packs? Mhm.
I'm sorry?
Are they still there?
No, they left. They only wanted, from what I understand, the prevailing opinion was they wanted blood.
And they didn't keep the city.
No, they did not. They left it to fall apart at this point. So Lucian, I think, is still up there with the Bruja, but I haven't seen or spoken to him in 2 months at this point, and I've been hesitant to even look through scrying. I don't know what happened to Jewel, but I think she's still alive.
Yeah, Jewel was here last night. We saw her.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Okay, well then she lived.
I may I recognize. Yes. Yes.
And I know some of the sorcerers, from what I understand, are all still up there. They were pretty well hidden, and I think they just kind of kept their heads low when everything rolled into town.
That's good to hear. I'm glad to know that.
So beyond that, I don't really know. I've been super preoccupied dealing with my sire waking and his penchant for kindred blood, which is new. He wasn't like this when I last knew him.
What's that?
I said this is new. He wasn't like that when I last knew him. He was still able to sustain himself off of people.
Can I ask how long ago that was?
He's actually, and I don't know why he rose. Maybe it was because of all the fighting and whatnot, but that was, 10 years or so ago.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more.
Any word on the spy?
I never found out who he was. Who he or she
we know
was.
who he is.
Yeah, we're pretty certain that it was
How
likely.
do you know?
I'm gonna bring out the envelope with the photos. or the screenshots.
Okay.
Just hand them to her so she can look through them.
Wow. Hold on one second. So she, it's worth a shot. She kind of focuses, like, and staring intently on the pages themselves and pictures. Oh, not bad. Damn. So she says, I don't know who this is, but I'm picking up a face. And she kind of, begins to describe the individual, like aloud, like, what the person looked like.
I'm gonna start sketching since
Okay.
I already have my sketchbook out with
Sure.
full.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Like the
Why don't you give me a roll? It's going to be your wits, and we'll say craft.
Have any craft, so I'm rolling straight wits.
Well, you are witty.
which
I should pick up crafts because I do sketch regularly.
But not only that, but you make things.
Oh, why don't I have craft?
Like for your rituals and
Because then
whatnot,
what
so
I'm
that's
buying.
definitely something you want to buy.
3.
Oh, not bad. See? Not a bad roll. Okay. So she kind of puts on her police sketching hat for a moment. She starts kind of, going off of the details. And then as she's kind of sketching, Kyrene gives her feedback as she's doing it, like, no, brow looks a little bit different, or, eyebrows and lips, giving kind of a little bit more active description. Sophie, why don't you give me a wits and alertness check, and that's going to be a difficulty 7.
Can I look at Damaris's drawing and see if that's Samuel?
Yeah, you look at it's definitely not Samuel.
Okay.
So Sophie, you look at it, and it's a little off, but that's obviously it's police sketching sort of thing. You would expect that from somebody drawing it. But you're pretty certain the person who was sketched out was Benedict.
Okay. That's the Prince of Las Vegas. And I'm very sorry. Although it's not my fault. I just failed to sell the disclaimer.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what that means.
When I went to Las Vegas to talk to the Giovanni, it was supposed to be a sort of in and out trip because I didn't want to have to deal with the Camarilla while I was there.
Okay.
And I was intercepted and forced into an audience with the court. Prince Benedict was very interested in finding out what happened to his friend Gina Neeson and why he hadn't heard from her lately. And I told him, honestly, I will say, honestly, I didn't know what had happened to her and I hadn't seen her because, as you recall, I was staked in a basement at the time. But he apparently still suspects foul play.
Yeah, from her.
So more Camarilla issues.
It looks like it.
Did you tell the prince at the time, or what did he say?
He just didn't seem convinced, and told me not to ever come to Las Vegas again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he could probably tell that you were hiding something then if that's the case. And he probably had more details than he was letting on, which would make sense. He's a really old prince. I've never met him, but he's pretty old. So that means Vegas has Ashland in their sights.
Great.
Sweet.
Why can't the assholes leave Ashland alone already? Jesus.
I mean,
Um,
let's give up on this town and move to Portland. I don't know.
that place is cursed. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, if I didn't have to go there, I would have. Well, okay, that's a topic for another time. Yeah, no, just Portland's probably not a good place.
Yeah, no, I'm
Um,
just kidding. But yeah, I just
on the bright side, um,
there's a bright side.
the Giovanni and the Camarilla are sort of at odds in Vegas because both of them seem to think that they own the city, and I'm on reasonable terms with the Giovanni. I mean, I owe them a boon, so presumably they would want to collect on that, which means they probably don't want to see me dead. So that's something.
Okay.
How big of a boon?
And just a minor, but I mean, I don't think that we could really count on.
Just a minor? A
I
minor?
know.
A minor for what?
For getting me into the Shadowlands.
Only a minor for Shadowlands.
Okay, well, technically speaking, it was a minor for them to teach the spell to Quan on my behalf. So I have nothing to do with the spell itself. I can't really speak to that aspect, but
Huh. Well, you got off kind of light then, I guess.
wait, was it a minor or major?
I don't.
Minor.
I don't get how that works, but I'm not gonna question that.
Oh, it was a major. Just kidding. It was a major. Sorry.
So,
But still, it was
do
just a
you
major.
correct yourself in character then?
Yeah. Assume that I said it right the first time.
All right.
Okay. I wouldn't have said just a minor? To go into the Shadowlands? Okay.
I don't know if there's something that we could do to. I mean, if we scratch their back, they might scratch ours. I know they're not really friends with Benedict either, so that is an option.
I mean, that's not a bad front to have, especially right now. So, if not just scratching their back right now, let's just at least try not to foul the water.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I mean, that's going to work in our favor because he's not going to make a direct move with if that's the case with the Giovanni right there. That would weaken him too much and allow them to gain control or whatever level of control. I'm just kind of speaking out of my ass, I guess, at this point, but I can't imagine he would be willing to risk much directly with the Giovanni, being as adverse as they are in Vegas. I don't know if that means he's not going to send agents here, but I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that the problems that the city's having right now probably stem something along those lines.
Dollars to donuts. I like that saying.
What other problems are we having besides the drugs?
Well, there's the police issue too, right?
What's happening with the police? Oh, there was
I don't
something.
know.
Hold on.
I know Quan said something about the police, and that's why.
Was it funding or something? Like the funding was cutting down because, whatever
Well,
Congress is doing, and
Well, no, they didn't have a reason behind it. What you guys have been told so far is there is some problems with the funding for the local police department here in Ashland.
Where do they get their funding? It's from the city, right?
Yeah, it's all from the city and state. It's local.
I'm gonna
At least
send a
it should be.
text to um I'm gonna send a text to the mayor and say actually I'm gonna call him
Okay.
because I don't want this text to get traced. Or maybe I'll just text him and ask him to call me
Okay.
because maybe he's busy. I don't know.
All right. So a few minutes later, you get a phone call from him, sounding kind of bleary eyed and whatnot, like he just woke up.
Sorry, John. I didn't mean to wake you.
No, it's. I know to expect your call at odd hours. It's just I had a long day. I'm sorry, Miss Darrows.
Are you in a um discreet talking location
I'm at home.
where you won't be overheard?
Well, give me a moment to walk to my study real quick. You hear some background noise where he closes the door behind him and hear it shut. As reasonable as possible. And you hear a little background noise turn on as he turns on like a white noise machine.
So, my friends and I are speaking about some of the issues that the town is facing right now, and I'm getting caught up. Do you know anything about the police funding issue?
Oh, that. Um, Near as I can tell, that's a like a payroll snafu of some kind. It kind of dates back to when the city was booming quite a bit, and we were expanding. So we obviously had to make a lot of hires and expand on that quickly.
Uh-huh.
And the money had to come from somewhere. So we had to get creative with the budgeting, and we've obviously earmarked some federal dollars to help cover that in the interim. But the problem is the city kept growing; it didn't top off. So while we were able to keep up, and some of it was justified, obviously, we were making progress in cleaning up the city and the crime and making good marks. Now that there's some sort of a change in the wind of some kind, I don't know if it's political drama in the background or what exactly is going on, but part of that funding federal funding we were receiving was cut. And the way budgeting works, apparently it directly affected the Ashland PD first. So we're trying to figure out ways to get around it to obviously not get some sort of stoppage, but that means I just had to go through and furlough several city employees, and we're still making some potential cuts to try and stave that off to make sure that we have the budget where it needs to be. But I've been up for the past week, almost 13-hour days trying to figure this out and some of the other problems that we're having.
Sorry to hear that. You say the change was coming from the federal level?
Well, yeah, we had earmarked federal dollars that were, initially used, well, obviously federal projects and buildings and whatnot. But there had been like an overflow. There had been a bit too much, so we were using that to help hire on additional police officers because the city was growing so quickly.
Right.
We needed it for the security, so it worked out for a time. But now that has all changed, essentially the financial bubble has burst, and so we're trying to find ways to continue, but it's getting very, very difficult.
What do you need from me? Is there anything I can do?
I didn't even know that was a thing. We need to find a way to make up the shortfall, at least in the immediacy, so we can maintain for the next 2 months. If we don't, we're at a point where we're going to have to. I don't think we'll have to lay anybody off just yet, but we're definitely going to have to reduce hours to almost half on a lot of our officers. It's going to reduce our capacity by almost 40%. And that's with me making, that's with me trying to keep other first responders as a priority.
Okay, let me see if there's something that we can do to help you out. And in the meantime, please let me know if anything changes.
No, Miss Darrow, I absolutely will. I'm sorry I haven't been more in touch. I was under the impression that you were gone for the time being.
Yes, I was, and now I'm back. So, yeah.
Okay, well, noted. Was there anything else I could do for you since I have you on the phone?
Hold on just a minute. Let me update my friends and see if there's anything else that hasn't come up yet. So I'm going to put him on hold and then relay that to the group.
You know the mayor of this city?
He's a ghoul of mine.
I need to get out tomorrow.
I was thinking if policing is a problem, maybe that's something that we can help out with, right? As at least, during evening hours. I mean, patrolling the streets a little, maybe? I don't know. I know it's kind of out of the box and it's definitely not in my wheelhouse, but
I know basic police procedure. I've had to learn in order to hide my crimes. So I have learned a little police procedure.
don't mention that to the officials.
Well, no, I was for us. As far as what we do, they don't need to know how I know police procedure, but I do know some.
I mean, it's an idea, but perhaps what else? I guess maybe check with the mayor and see what else we can do. I mean, our Moneybags friend is investing in the town. Would further projects help recoup some of that money? Or I mean, the only thing I'm concerned with us doing patrols ourselves is that we're putting ourselves in a situation where there's only a few of us left, and we're taking our time to seek out
No, that's
problems
true.
that aren't our own.
We do have other issues.
I was going to suggest that's. I get where you're going, Sophie, but that may not be the best use of what we do. Because, well, one, obviously the masquerade. But two, there's only a few of us here. And so if something else pops up, like what happened before, that's going to put everybody in a major bind.
No, you're right. You're right.
Which
Just
is
thinking
which.
out
Speaking
loud.
of which, have you guys gotten the Haven situation figured out yet? I know you're on the phone, and I don't mean to take you, but that would obviously put an immediate strain on that as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's been settled as of yet. Has it? We didn't agree to the last house, yeah.
We liked the last house, but I'm not sure how.
But we haven't settled yet.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Last you guys have checked. Trudy is following up with Malcolm for negotiations.
Okay, is there anything else that we need to know on the city scale?
Okay, this is kind of a out of the box suggestion. So all these civil services, they're funded by like tax dollars, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is my
okay.
basic college coming into play here at this point. So we need to bring some sort of business in, right? Business that would generate tax dollars or sales or
Sure.
whatever obviously works there. You know, and I could be way off with this because again, this isn't, like you said, this isn't my wheelhouse, but what about pot? Isn't that like in the news every so
pottery?
often? What?
Like pottery?
No, like marijuana.
Oh.
Like, isn't that in the news every so often how all these towns are doing really well because they're upselling medical cards and they get all this additional funding and so on and so forth? I mean, wouldn't...
The taxation on that product is very high from what I've seen in the news. So that would be quite beneficial to the city.
I would imagine the mayor can't suggest something like that either.
No.
But if
Is it
independent
legal?
people tried to bring that in,
Yeah,
So-
and if we had some sort of like mysterious investor that could help out with capital, I think that's a good idea.
So is it legal within this state? So I know the law is different from state to state.
that's a good question. I don't know. It's worth checking out.
Can you
But
ask
I know Damaris has, although she's not currently on camera.
Yeah, good timing. Good timing.
Yeah, I
Jerome.
know. I know Damaris has some money behind her. Maybe this would be something she could help you all invest with.
You could ask your mayor friend if it's illegal within the state as well.
Hesperia is just going to break out our phone and do a Google search.
I think on this topic, probably the less he knows, the better. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as origin on this endeavor.
I understand it. I do not know how to. I mean, basic investigation. I would research it,
Mhm.
but without a computer nearby, I don't know how.
Do I need to roll for this or can I just search?
Why don't you go ahead and you're going to do a intelligence and technology check, difficulty 5.
I have enough dice. I better get some successes. We'll see. Oh my god. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. 3 of those are 10s, and I have those explode for my intelligence because I have 5.
Yeah, you don't need to roll
I don't
anymore.
need to.
Yeah, don't even have to go any further.
That's like the best roll I've ever had.
This is how.
You can see how many you would get.
Wait, what?
You need to re-roll those 10s just so we can see
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll
you
do
would
it.
get
I'll do it for funsies.
Okay.
for perverse curiosity.
2 7s and a 9. I got 3 more.
Wow. Okay. So she starts, just kind of pulls out her phone and starts doing like web searches and whatnot. And suddenly she turns into that guy from the meme where he's all aliens. Her hair just kind of gets all wild there for a second as she finds like all the answers to life, in one search for cannabis. But yeah, it comes right up. It's legal for both medical and recreational use in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let the team know that. And I think this is a fantastic idea. I mean, if everyone else is comfortable with it, I think this is going to make the town a lot of money if we can pull it off.
All right. I'm
There's
not
a,
gonna.
there's a out of character. There's a lot of weed stores in Oregon.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I can
It's a
imagine.
it's a 23-page document,
Well,
but there's only 3, 4, 5 in Ashland though.
Well, remember, anything for Ashland isn't necessarily going to be canon, if it's there in real life. So for sake of argument, there has not been the run on legal cannabis of any kind in Ashland. I mean, obviously there's a few stores here and there, but nothing like you can find elsewhere right now.
There's not like a grow or something.
Right.
There's 30 in Medford.
Medford.
Wow. Okay. All right. Then bringing in the tax dollars is a reasonable plan. And that's a good, legitimate operation too. So good thinking. Is there anything else that we need to know that the mayor may have some kind of intel on?
I'm sort of
I'm
out
not.
of the loop, guys, so I'm sorry I can't help a whole lot.
Yeah, I haven't been around, so I don't know what else is going on in town.
I don't think I have anything to ask of the mayor.
Okay. I'll get back on the phone
Okay.
and say we're gonna see what we can do on the business side to bring in some more tax dollars. I'm not sure we can help out with the police issue. We'll be spread a little thin. How's reconstruction going? I haven't been around town to really see much.
Oh, it's done for the most part. We had somebody else come in financier wise and like take over the rest of it, and they built up a new club in the business building that was there. It's called the Web, I guess, or something like that.
I'm kind of like the Glasswalkers owns the club.
So
They're-
they helped out with the reconstruction?
Who the new business and financiers? Yeah, they took over the rest of it.
That's very interesting. You haven't met them, have you?
No, I haven't met them directly. No.
Okay. Just curious. Hey, were we? I guess you're a little tight on the funding right now, so probably that block party is not a great idea for right now.
What block
Just
party?
so that idea that I had about celebrating the reconstruction of downtown by throwing a block party.
Oh, right. Okay. To be honest, I had forgotten about that. I'm sorry because everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. We don't really have the money to do that at this point.
All right. I'll find another reason to do it later. Once things settle down again. Honestly, with the crime going up, probably it's not a great idea to have so many people gathered in downtown.
Yeah.
So, okay, that makes sense. Okay. All right. I'll be in touch. Let me know if anything changes.
Okay. I will definitely. You'll be the first person I speak to.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Hangs up. So that sounded promising. Irene, said.
Yeah. So, how do we get that started? Anyone know?
I'm not the business person. She looks to Damaris.
Rachel missed part of that.
I
I
know.
was AFK.
No, I know.
So
Well, you would have missed part of it.
she just looked back at her, and I'm just like,
yeah, you would have missed part of it
I don't know
anyways
how to
because it was
fix it.
a phone conversation, and you would have missed half of it
Right.
anyways. the discussion
just
they
look at her.
had-
I'm like,
yeah, the discussion they
I don't
had
know.
is they're talking about trying to bring in medical marijuana businesses into Ashland to help bring in tax dollars to help with the shortfall.
100%.
And Kyrene had volunteered Damaris because she knows Damaris has a bit of cash on her.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about going into the, weed dispensary business, but, a lot of states are making bank the taxes that are being taken on these dispensaries. So that could definitely bring in revenue for the state, which would then help with funding of the police. But something like that is not going to be overnight. That's going to be probably a several month project to get dispensaries starting out here in general. But it is a really good avenue for income.
So we have a future plan, it sounds like. Something to build from. We just need to figure out some way to help in the immediacy. Right?
Yeah. I don't know how to help it for an immediate issue. I mean, I'm down for kind of maybe looking into the weed business and maybe spearheading that.
I've been working on a few business ventures, but they sort of took a backseat to getting the rest of my life sorted out.
Oh, I get it. I wish I had that option. With that, do we want to take like a quick 10-minute break to get up, stretch, maybe get drinks and bio
Sure.
breaks and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, so we will be right back in uno momento, 4 flavors, as we just take a quick break and let you guys jam out to some music. So have fun, and we'll be back.
Perfect. I can go potty now.
Me until you shimmer of light.
There we go. I unmuted myself.
I was just gonna ask.
I did so in time. So we are still missing Todd, but that's okay. His red background kind of flowing a little bit kind of fits with the motif we've got currently going in game.
He's just invisible.
And he's sharpening his blade.
Obfuscated.
He's
Obfuscated. So with that phone call concluded and some discussion about bringing cannabis in to Ashland, or at least in a more organized fashion, what else did you have in mind for tonight?
Well, look at Sophie pedicures.
I'm always down for pedicures. Didn't know that was on the. I mean, we should start combining our meetings with like a spa night. That sounds really nice.
I don't hate this idea. Maybe that's another one of our business ventures. A spa.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned about trying to run a business, it's the less hands-on you have to be, the easier it is, because man, I've had a lot of interruptions.
So
Being kidnapped.
Oh yeah. So Damaris, did you have anything? I mean, since I'm here. Oh, we can't hear you now.
Oh no.
Nope.
Toggle your mic in Discord, like see if that does it.
Oh yeah, like the under the settings. Nope. If you go to settings and it'll show you where your input and out. Well, I can't hear you, but your input and output is at. You may be able to switch what the input is, and then switch it back. Nope, still can't hear you. Can you physically unplug it and plug it back in? What's that? What'd you say?
It looked like she said she's been doing that.
Oh. Okay. I am no good at lip reading, so.
I definitely understood when she said "son of a."
I wonder if it's her headset going out or something.
Oh,
sometimes that happens.
Either that or the jack, maybe.
Oh yeah, that would suck because I had that problem with mine.
The way her camera unfocuses, it's a very horror movie.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yay! Like, it's very spooky.
I might have to give up tonight because this has just been terrible.
Oh.
Oh no.
I wonder if she's restarting.
I'm having really good hair tonight.
Your hair looks amazing.
It happens.
Sophie,
sometimes.
did you get it done at our spa? I'm just saying, when we have these meetings, we could have them in the spa that we own.
That's what I was thinking. That's a fantastic idea. And if they mess up your hair, it just grow right back the next night.
Out of character. I'm just thinking about this now. And if we ghoul the people that work there, especially during the day, they can eavesdrop and get all the deets. And we can make sure to have a spa somewhere near the building, like downtown-ish. I'm sure there's going to be some
Yeah.
city planners.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yep. We can
I can't
definitely
hear you guys now.
Oh no!
Oh,
Give up.
it may be trying to.
Bummer.
Okie doke. Well.
Go up your face.
So well, I've switched the screens at this point, so everybody's just on the
What
on
happened
the
to
screen at
Todd?
this point. So I don't know.
I think
Maybe he fell asleep on the toilet. He did fall asleep during combat one time. That was kind of funny.
That was really funny.
that was the only time I missed. That was almost a year ago exactly because I was at Wasteland.
Uh-huh.
Anytime, like sometimes
Well,
he
did you
just
see-
gets that kind of glazed over look,
Did-
and I
did-
think, oh,
Did you at least see that
But when
episode
he's
though?
looking forward, he goes, oh.
Did you at least see that episode though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah.
At the end.
Because that was like he was, and that wasn't even a long scene. That was like the very beginning part of it. And he was like, at the end of that round, he was gone. Like he was just out. That was so funny.
it was quite funny.
So I'll leave it up to you guys then. We're actually with Todd still out. We're actually down 3 people. With George not here. So did you want to continue, or do you want to just go ahead and pause here? Because this would have been about 2 hours worth of game at least.
It's up to you, Sophie.
Trying to think what other loose ends we have going on. Kyrene, have you heard from Echo or Lila lately? Is she okay?
To the best of my knowledge, we haven't really spoken since the siege of Portland.
Last I knew, she was leaving Ashland the night of the explosion. So I'm
Can
glad
you
she's,
no,
made it
Yeah,
through.
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear
I
us?
hear you guys. So I'm out.
Okay, noted.
Oh.
It happens. I mean, there was like me that one time we were playing Cyberpunk, and every time I turned around, it was crashing or whatnot. I just finally gave up. I mean, it happens.
Well, I guess we can call it a night then.
Okay.
We do have Cyberpunk tomorrow.
We do have Cyberpunk tomorrow, and then we have the Farah game on Monday. So we still have 2 more games like right around the corner.
And then on Wednesday we have Firefly.
Yep. And it's a long weekend, so it's all good. So yeah, nevertheless, we had fun. Technical detail or technical issues notwithstanding, it is what it is. Sometimes that just happens. So we'll go ahead and call it here for now. Oh, I see I didn't have my green screen on this one, so you guys can see kind of the room and whatnot. That's tacky. No worries. Well, this is just kind of, I have this scene set up here just in case, we have technical issues, so I can just make sure everybody's on there without having to line it up or what. But anyway, that being what it is, so we will see folks tomorrow for Cyberpunk. That kicks off at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then the Farah game is kicking off at 7 on 7 to 9 7 to 9 or 7 to 9:30 I think on Monday. So changing breeds. So that'll be fun. So thank you all for watching, those of you who tuned in, and of course thank you to those who donated. And of course we'll still be promoting this for the rest of September. You don't have to watch us to donate. You can always click on that link that I just tossed back out there. And of course it is on our Twitch website as well, on the front page. So you can click there and donate. Any amount helps at this point. So, all right, we'll go ahead and tune out from there. And I hope you guys have a good night. Good night. Bye.
Bye.